Um, then I kind of like to think about the future of kitchens. Um, I got my own thoughts. Emily, any thoughts on where we see kitchen design and kitchens in general going, as we move forward?
Yeah, it's interesting because I recently, most of every kitchen renovation now, they were tearing out walls, and moving that kitchen space further into the living space. But then I actually had one client who said that they did the opposite. They had already done that. They opened it up and then they decided that it seemed like way too much of a single space and they wanted to close it back off because it seemed too loud for her particular family. So it was really interesting to me, but no, I completely agree. I love how kitchens are kind of pouring into the family rooms more, and especially with bars and things like that. So you can still kind of be in the kitchen with the conversation here, but then you can still be watching the game or whatever, and you can still be a part of, the whole group. So I love that.
Open kitchens, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, big deal. We're starting to see down here second kitchens. Are you guys seeing that trend at all in Texas?
I actually just got a spec home from a builder of mine, and they have just off of the kitchen is a huge bar area with a back bar as well, and it includes a butler's pantry as well. So it's kind of the first one that I've seen come across for this builder. So it's interesting that you have it on here for future. So
Yeah.
the future's here. The future's in Houston.
Yeah, we see it in higher end homes, but like everything, it sort of will trickle down. Granite used to just be a high end home thing, and that's trickled down. Quartz used to be a high end home thing, and it's trickled down. I think the more kitchens become living spaces and places where you do your homework and hang out with guests, they need to stay clean. They need to stay looking good. These sort of secondary kitchens where a lot of the mess and the prep and the baking and stuff is done are going to become more and more of a thing. Essentially, they're giant walk-in pantries with a sink and some counter space and maybe an oven. They're just little areas. And I'm a huge fan of large walk-in pantries. I think that should be building code, that every house has to have a walk-in pantry. But
Right.
I think you'll start seeing more and more of that. Smart kitchens, as much as I hate the term, are becoming a thing. You guys doing much smart kitchen design out there in Texas?
Yes, and I got to tell you myself personally, if I'm coming home with a take and bake pizza and I can preheat my oven while I'm in the car and it's 450 degrees and I pull in the driveway, then dinner's
That's your
ready to
jam?
eat. It's fantastic. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, nice. That's funny because I was joking not too long ago that I have no desire to preheat my oven from the car. What's the value of that? Like, why would it takes 15 minutes to preheat my oven? Why would I need to do that from when I leave work? But it's nice to hear a different opinion.
You're not a stay-at-home mom, Paul.
Right?
Yeah.
That is true. I am not a stay-at-home. So I can see where that every minute counts.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that gets right down to know your customer. I think with smart kitchens, what I really see, well, from the opposite side, not a stay-at-home mom, but a live-alone bachelor, is meal delivery services becoming more and more popular. I can see the kitchen starting to evolve to quickly cook meal delivery services. Maybe refrigerators that face to the outside of the house, so meal delivery services can be delivered right into a refrigerator. When I think smart kitchen, those are the kinds of things I think about. How is our use of the kitchen going to evolve with all these new services and changes in behavior, and how are we going to start adapting to those? So,
Well, Paul, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you have a steam oven in your house? If you're heating and reheating, like your previously prepared foods, because the steam ovens are
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
the new microwave.
yeah, steam ovens, if you guys aren't familiar with them, are amazing. Definitely worth it. You can get them where you get the water supplied from like a refrigerator water line kind of thing, or they just come with a little container and you got to fill them up. Not really that often. They don't use as much water as you think, but you can do it that way. But I love a steam oven,
Great.
especially, like you said, for reheating. Another thing, now this is just me. I have never heard anyone else talk about this, so this could be me just being totally crazy. But because we specialize in frameless cabinetry, if you change the doors on a frameless cabinet, you basically change the whole kitchen. All you can see is the doors.
Mm-hmm.
With trends becoming, people more and more want to stay up to date with trends. Kitchen cabinets obviously very hard to change, but the doors are not. So I kind of am envisioning a future where, you remodel a kitchen 4 or 5 years later, you want to change the look. we already have your kitchen design. We already know what doors are in there. You call us up, we order all new doors, and in half a day, we go out, swap all your doors, and you got a completely new looking kitchen. I have no
great.
proof of that. It's just intuition. I think it would be awesome. But that's my kind of,
Yeah, cool idea.
if no one else does that, maybe I will. We'll see.
Yeah.